Good morning. Tony Konomani here again. Lately, I've not written much. Since I left Sierra Leone, yesterday made it a month since I left Sierra Leone. And Marabio in government, they give you so much negative things then for talk about that sometimes I struggle for keep up. Before I left Sierra Leone, sometime around the 17th August, which was last month, in the few weeks before that, there's so many things where I need to talk about, where I promise to write about. It's not that I know we get time or that, they're not important. I mean, very important issues there. But when you get one thing, we didn't do one thing, this government here, might be in power government, we didn't do one thing. When I begin to talk about that, the 2-3 days, then Ibodo I'm back. They done. There is so much disastrous events that really happen under President Marabio in watch that unable to keep up, frankly. The last thing I'm supposed to write about, and if I get any further, I think that time Fatima Bio and this drugs business, this container drugs when became in, we then eventually catch na Conakry. Where myself here we say 3 tons of drugs. I don't believe for us. I say no, that's just a lot of drugs. No, there must be a mistake. Until I reach Conakry and begin to ask questions of the right people, and then confirm say yes indeed, now 3 tons of cocaine. And then sees where they come on as Sierra Leone. The need for write about that, chance not there. Also, before I even left Sierra Leone, the latest development one they get about the drugs is that the CIA of America, I think, I don't know, Criminal Intelligence Agency, I forget these things. The CIA of America, the regional head, the CIA boss, and that region there, that Mano River Union region, a kind of Freetown. He talked to people in the ONS, high up people in the government, about this drugs business. He asked questions about the First Lady Fatima Bio. For now, I'm not going to say more. But even the Americans, they know it and they happen. Another thing as well, we'll be curious. This August 10 event will happen. In the days after August 10, we all know, say, the first president will come, now the president of Guinea-Bissau. What's his name? Mbalo, I don't know. But a narco president. That means a president where the world knows, say, na drugs in the running country on. Now, in first run come to Marabio. We know what he talk. They say nonsense that himself can't talk. Oh, terrorism, this and that. Why? You get a head of OAU. And they don't make a head of OAU just because a maritime, this head of OAU not really rotate by country. Now the country then they get not the president then. It can, now first can make some rubbish statement in support of Marabio, inflammatory statement. In Ad Panam. And curiously, Bakupa Sinoridis, in the few days after August 10th, Mandena East End begin talk about some strange soldier Manden within the scene at the streets. And see, then one day, enough about Sierra Leoneans there. Then tall, black, the uniform self, not the Sierra Leone army camouflage. Me on guess. From Guinea-Bissau. The narco president of Guinea-Bissau sends to Jamande for support Marabio in nonsense about coup d'etat. So inside we on sovereign soil, so Jamande from Guinea-Bissau then come kidnap on the streets of Freetown. If something will happen, then for open fire, kill Sierra Leoneans there with the consent, support of we president. We president they bring can Guinea Bissau, so Jamande inside Sierra Leone for can kill with people there. This is another one where I'm the need for talk about. But you know, a person can, it don't take 10 years we left the UK and relocate to Sierra Leone. In those 10 years, there's a lot where I don't let go. I actually left, I don't left 1 foot bien. I don't left 1 foot bien in the UK. I actually left. So in the month since I don't there, there's a lot where I need to get things in order. We make another really, just not, I mean, of course, everybody must get time. However, I go around, forget things in order. I must kind of host, but not to just the time. You have to be in the right frame of mind. If I get so many things really keep me busy, then clearly I'm not going to talk as much or as properly as I want to talk about issues in Sierra Leone. So there was this as well. This drugs business where I don't talk about Guinea-Bissau, the involvement where they send troops then at the streets of Freetown. And another one, before all this happened, where I may need to talk about. Everybody in BC, where I be share the screenshots, some fake screenshots about within the Ghana Education Ministry, about what's results, where it turned out that a screenshot, they now be fake. Unfortunately, I share them. And I addressed that mistake and I apologize for that. And even on the Minister David Chenge in Facebook page, we had a discussion back and forth and people then come defending. And anyway, that's not the point of this. The point is that got me thinking, now would I fake this? Would I fake these screenshots? So you know when things happen like that, I try for no if now. We own people there, Sabi Salon politics, na APC Bobo there. I check, no. At this, I get some interesting revelations. Where that self and the promise David Chenge said, they can't talk about that. But then August 10 happened and then things happen. The revelations what I find out is that Fatima Bio, no one see Education Minister David Chenge. And no one hear it in himself. Fatima Bio get people there inside the ministry where they don't set up for sabotage David Chenge. Why? Then I mean my next question. Well now, when I listen to the why, David Chenge, he get in mind, he challenge Fatima Bio, they grumble publicly within their own circles, of course. Why Fatima Bio, they commandeer every project we come we na over $500,000. $500,000 na Fatima Bio na for commander. For anything like that. So David Chenge, he speak out against this. Na Fatima Bio vexpana. So Fatima Bio get people in that ministry. First, they don't want David Chenge. They say, how come in? We know me they pan infect. I don't know what in infect. No, sorry. How come in no one can get this very senior ministry? All this are just the propaganda against them and against the ministry. So I needed to say something about that as well. Fatima Bio feels say David Chenge fitia and challenge them over the contracts that we in the Fatima Bio they get. As a result, in the brief against David, they get people inside the ministry where they fight them, undermine her, and at this undermining make where the screenshot here come out. We then set inside the ministry. And I understand. And they promise the minister say I will talk about this. I wish I could write. Why the writer they feel much more in control of the narrative. Anyway, so then things are all this is just too much. Madabio now the worst president we don't get since the war. Without a doubt. Madabio by in use of language, the words that we come out tonight in your mouth. It don't cost lives. And for like for things say not just something and called buffoonery, stupidity, no sense, a flower business. But no. If we talk saying a flower business, they might be the pan, then that's an excuse. That means say they're not born out with better sense, so not in fault really. But no, that's not the case. Mother Bio know exactly what he do. You know very well say the use of language after August 10 will lead to the loss of innocent lives. Ain't no care. Mother Bio is hate-filled. That man has so hates in his heart. Mother Bio know very well say, if you talk about insurrection, coup, terrorism, again increased man and full man, idiotic supporters there. They go take the law into their own hands and go out and try for harm people there. They get the label policeman there, soldier man there, minister there. They could go out there because the president, by his own choice of words, we call people the insurrectionists and terrorists. It don't give them the authority for go after people and chase them. And amazingly, so people where they speak out against the wrongdoings of Mother Bio. Now then they go against people like Evangelist Samson, people like me, people like Mohamed Bangura, you name it. The president declare war on innocent Sierra Leoneans. The president, by allowing Guinea-Bissau soldier man them for come at the streets of the East and Freetown, he declared war on civilians. I tell you now, then say, na God give power. But this way this man they do, not with the authority of the highest, not to God give that power. This man, na Satan, na the controller. President Mother Bio, the destruction where it don't cause to Sierra Leone, the peace where we don't fight for, na nothing. The one way it plan, the destruction way it plan for stay onto power, grab onto power because of greed. All this, now for waiting, money, for let you carry on for thief. The one way it plan, the far worse, my people. The far worse. If we not tin up, not to I go vote, I go sit down, I also see. If we not tin up, until I see what in the happen per registration process, where then they pull them people, then come on to Liberia. Then they come and just take the list and then details and so now go back. All net and sit down and they enter the inside computer. Then they ask for no documents. Still I don't see. If we not sit down, we not say, I don't mix the consequences tomorrow now I go suffer. 2018, I tell people then say, be careful. Oh. That's not to me what they do. Me on worst case scenario. I say me on worst case scenario. Timba bad. Now for that go back na UK. Na UK are this one. Me on worst case scenario. I say now for una no sit down, una make slack, things not go get better. Mother Bio na a tyrant, na a dictator. He don't know when to stop. He get things then for protect. He get in Tifman Wef, in Tifman ministers then for protect. He get a label there where they be on for protect. Mother Bio no go ever stop. If we the Sierra Leoneans no put a stop to them, and they talk about violence, so you they put a stop by voting, by registering, and if anybody try for take that rights as a Sierra Leonean not for vote, stand up, my people. Stand up for your rights. No country not in this world where sober, where the citizens they not stand up and demand their rights. No country. If we sit on salon de poil, but we don't relax one to suffer, then are we self-responsible. So me people that are all this for today. I want to tell you again, make una go out and register. And wait and tell you say, no, you not qualify, not just sit down. Ask questions, challenge them, and publicize. Anybody will tell you say, you know for register. Publicize them, that you right. Demand them. Now the one time this way una dey to make decision, where the power they on our hand, and not allow Mother Bio and Tifman them and sycophants them for calm. Continue for harass una, continue for suppress una and make una suffer. Una stand up, me people. Now thank you very much. This is Tony Konomani again.